Hello, friends. My name is Rick, and welcome to Soma Yoga. This is your place for pain relief, mobility, and then just learning how to use this amazing body. Today's practice is going to be about waking up the core muscles for better respiration or better breathing. Oftentimes, we get kind of stuck in the abdominal muscles and the low back. We don't get good movement with the diaphragm, so the chest starts to breathe for us. This is a little stressful to the body. This can cause some anxiety. This causes jitteriness, irritability, difficult sleeping. So we want this moving well. All right, so we're going to wake up this diaphragm today. We're going to get it moving with a practice called core breathing. I'm going to add some other things in there as well. Okay, so, and friends, if you enjoy classes like this and you want to see more classes like this, please like and subscribe so that I can keep releasing this awesome material, friends. Somatics are an amazing practice, and I hope that this brings you some joy today. Okay, so with that being said, please join me laying long on your mat. And always remember, have a comfortable space. Make sure that you're not cold or that there's a lot of noises or distractions around. This practice is about you today, and I want you to have a quiet, comfortable space so that you can really tune in. Okay. So let's lay long on our mat. I always start classes in Shavasana. But if laying long with under your legs is a little uncomfortable, you could always use a pillow or some blankets to put under your knees for that support. But if you feel good, let yourself be long. We want to start to develop this skill of checking in. We call this a Soma scan. And it's like taking a moment's pause just to see how your body's feeling, what your breath is doing, and what's going on in your mind. And can you balance all this? Can you settle all this so everything's kind of back to harmony? Right? So what I mean by that is, what do you feel in your body right now? Anything that you notice that's coming up to your awareness. Maybe my right leg feels a little tight, or the right shoulder. Or maybe you're noticing your breathing, your ribs moving as you inhale. Maybe you're noticing thoughts of the things to do today or of the things that have happened today. And just noticing. And now I want you to bring your awareness to your breathing. You could take both hands, place your right hand towards your belly and your left hand towards your heart. And notice as you breathe, without trying to put anything on in your breath, just let yourself breathe naturally as best as you can. I know that's hard to do when we put our awareness to our breath. But I want you to feel what's moving in your body. Notice with your hands what's lifting and moving as you inhale and exhale. Now, oftentimes when our diaphragm, where the hand by the navel center is, gets tight, and our chest starts to move with our breath, which is secondary muscles for breathing. So if you're noticing your chest moving up and down as you breathe here, how can you think about softening that, relaxing that, and letting your breath nudge down towards your belly where your other hand is? Can you let the breath on an inhale through your nose slide past your chest and down into your belly? Learning just to let your heart settle, let your lungs settle, let the breath be lower. And to begin, just to start to feel this belly area with a little more awareness, we're going to do something I like to call sponge breathing. So if you could imagine that your belly or the inside of your abdomen was like a sponge, and as you inhale, that sponge, it's soaked up the inhale, and your abdomen opened, felt the ribs expand, the breath reach the hips. And then how would you gently squeeze this sponge to squeeze the air out? And you're squeezing all sides of your sponge and feel the belly contract down and in, the waist contract, and even the low back. Feel this contraction and even pause at the end of your exhale. And then slowly sip air in. And you're going to let your sponge start to soak that inhale back in, and your belly is going to expand open really slowly, letting everything relax and expand. You're going to feel that relaxation and opening. Pause at the end of your inhale and feel expansion. And then slowly squeeze your sponge so there's that trickle of air coming out. And you feel the belly muscles contracting in, the waist muscles in, as if you're almost trying to squeeze around your spine. Slow sip air in. Keep doing this. I want you to feel how your belly is opening and closing, but from all sides, right? You're squeezing equally around that sponge to squeeze everything out. And then it's just a nice and easy sip of air in through the nose. A stream of air slowly so that sponge can absorb. And then squeeze out. You feel these lower belly muscles turning on. You may even feel the pelvic floor engage and squeeze up. And then as you slowly inhale, you can relax the pelvic floor. You can relax the belly, the waist, and inhale. Fill that sponge up and feel all these muscles expand and lengthen out. So we're really trying to wake up just this lower area. Use your awareness here. Reach as deep as you can with your breath. Let your breath touch the base of your body. Let your chest be still, throat relaxed, breath through the nose. Good. 2 more breaths like this. Let it be full of your awareness. Let your sponge soak up and fill up. And then exhale, squeeze that in, squeeze around the spine. You might even feel this zipping up, like you're zipping up a jacket across the front of your body. As you slowly sip in, you might feel that unzipping as your sponge expands, opens. Good. Nice. When you feel complete, settle the breath. Now, the key to breathing is to be a light, soft, quiet, slow breather. Okay? Nice and easy through the nose. Let your breath settle here. You really woke this area up. You can place your hands, if they've moved, back on the heart and belly and breathe light. Notice how light and soft you can breathe. Let everything in your body be completely relaxed. Only the breath here. Yoga, we call this the pranamaya kosha. Your energetic body. And when we learn to use this part of our being well, we become extremely healthy. Your breath is everything, friends. It is the bridge from this body to your mind. Ultimately, your breath is the tool that sharpens your mind so that life is clearer. There's more clarity. more calmness, more ease, more space. Let your breath float in your body. Okay, we're going to start to move into doing that core breathing practice now. So we're going to bend the legs and bring the soles of the feet down. We're going to wake up the spine first, and we'll see how breathing works with the spine. So if you lay long here, let your arms rest at your side now. Or if you would like, you can even keep them here on the heart and on the belly, or if you want, you can have them on the side. And we're going to move into an arch and flat, but we're going to coordinate this with our breath. Now, the arch is when you tap the tailbone down and tap the back of your head down into the floor, and you roll your pelvis towards your heels. So what it feels like is you're making a bridge with your lumbar spine, and you're feeling the back of your spine active. So you notice that bridge and that contraction. Exhale and let that relax. So I didn't cue that with the breath the first time, just so that we could feel that contraction. But now try going into that on an inhale. So inhale through the nose, tap the tailbone down and tap your chin down, press the back of the head lightly into the floor, arch your spine. Now real slowly, inhale, come back to neutral. Very slowly, feel everything as you come back. Inhale back into that arch. Feel how your body engages the back of your spine. Let your ribs lift up. Let your ribs open up. Slowly, as you relax down, come back to neutral. One more time, just to find this arch. You're going to arch your back, rolling your sit bones towards the floor, your tailbone towards the floor. Chin taps to your chest, and you're feeling the back of your spine very active. You could pause here and even notice your breathing. Hard to breathe into your belly here. It gets stuck in your chest. It's the importance of our spine to be neutral so that we can breathe well. So when you relax here, relax, slow, slow, slow. Feel all those little bumps in there. And when you relax, now breathe down to your belly. And notice when you have a straight spine, it's easier to breathe. Likewise, if we move into the flattened, that's where you exhale and scoop your tailbone forward and flatten the back down as you engage your abdomen. And you let your chin point to the ceiling. So now this changes the curvature of the spine again. And again, it's like pinching the diaphragm, so you can't breathe there. Come back to neutral, slowly. A few times, try that flatten. This is a little bit harder to find. So exhale, squeeze the belly down. Feel the tailbone scoop up. Point your chin to the ceiling and feel the front of your body engage. And then a slow, slow, slow inhale, sip air in as you let the abdominal muscles go. And you feel that space you make in the front of your body. Try that another time. Exhale. Squeeze the belly down. Flatten the spine. Feel the lumbar pressing into the floor. The tailbone scooping up. The chin pointing up. Front line of the body is tight. So slow. Sip air in. Down into your belly. Good. Now let's do this arch and flatten back and forth with our breathing. So this is how we do that. You're going to inhale and arch your back, tap the chin down, tap the tailbone down. Exhale, release that, and then flatten the spine. Exhale, exhale. We got to breathe slowly here. And then inhale slowly, slowly. Into the arch, and exhale into the flatten. No need to over-engage here. This is about experiencing movement. Experience your spine here and your breathing. And when you can coordinate the two well, and make it nice and smooth, then you're cleaning up these channels. These channels of energy. In yoga, we call them nadis. You're opening up the space by clearing up muscle contractions so that the body flows, so that the prana can flow through you. Right? Arching the back, inhaling, feeling the ribs open up, and then exhale. You can even put your hands on your ribs, squeeze your ribs down, scoop the tailbone up. So I'll try that with your hands on your ribs. Inhale, feel the ribs expand open as you arch. Let the ribs expand into your hands. And then exhale, squeeze the ribs down, point the chin into the air, scoop the tailbone up. And then inhale, feel your ribs open up. Let the ribs open up. Breathe into your ribs. Feel that expanding. And then exhale. Squeeze the ribs down. Scoop the tailbone up. A couple more times. Inhale. Arch your back. Breathe down into your ribs. Fill those ribs up so you can even imagine your sponge filling back up here. And then exhale, squeezing your sponge. Your ribs squeeze down on that sponge. The tailbone squeezes up and that area is getting really small. Like massaging your digestive organs. And then breathing, opening up. Feel the diaphragm pressing down into your sponge. Filling this area up. And then exhaling. Ribs squeezing in. Tailbone scooping up. Really waking up these trunk muscle. One more time. Arch, arch, arch. Let the ribs open into your palms. Feel that expansion. And then exhale. Ribs tuck in. Belly tucks in. Tailbone scoops up. Good. And then let that relax. Let that relax. And then again, you can pause here. Now notice how this core area is feeling now. Does the breath flow effortlessly down to your belly as you just soften this area? Can you feel on the inhale the diaphragm moving downward, massaging your digestive organs? And on the exhale, it tucks back up and lifts into the heart and lungs. Very important that our diaphragm moves in its full range of motion. This improves digestion and improves circulation. We don't digest food well if it is not the right pressure and temperature. Our diaphragm is responsible for that. Same thing with pumping the heart. The diaphragm helps by drawing down and pumping up. Good. Creating that flow, that movement through our body. Okay, now we're going to start to level this up by curling. I'm going to pivot just a little bit so that you can see, because my elbows are going to be squeezing up. You're going to bring your hands behind your head by interlacing your fingers now, like you're getting ready to do a sit-up, but let your body be completely relaxed on the floor. And we're going to go backwards into our sit-up first. What I mean by that is going into the arch. So when you inhale, press your elbows back into the floor, press your shoulders back into the floor, and let your ribs open up and arch your back. So now your whole back line is active. And then you're going to exhale, bring the belly down, press the belly down, scoop the elbows up, and curl up. So now your belly muscles are pulling the head forward. I'm going to just let my arm relax down, but you're going to slowly keep the elbows squeezed together, squeeze the elbows together. Slowly sip air in as you come down, sip air in, slow, slow, slow. Let your arms open up last. Now that might be a really challenging part. Let your arms open all the way up very slowly. Exhale. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale again and press the elbows back. You can even let your knees open. Let your whole front body open, open, open as you breathe in. Down to the belly. And then exhale from the navel center. Exhale, navel center presses down, spine flattens, knees come together, elbows come together, and squeeze up. Now you can pause at the top in the exhale. See if you can pause, pause, pause. And then slowly sip, sip air in as you melt down vertebrae by vertebrae, elbows staying squeezed together, elbows together. When you land, slowly open the arms, slowly open the knees. Be in control of your movement. Be focused with your movement. And then arch your back, press your elbows back, engage your glutes, open your ribs, feel your whole back body active. And then slowly exhale, knees come up, elbows come up, belly's pressing down, and scoop your head up with your abdominal muscles engaging. So you feel your sternum pull to the belly, tailbone pull to the belly. Pause. In the exhale. Slow sip in, slow sip in. One vertebrae at a time. Long, long breath. Feel everything. You're going to open up. As you inhale, you're going to arch the back, squeeze your shoulder blades, press the arms down into the floor, open the knees, engage your glutes, feel your whole back body. Let your front body open as much as you can. And then exhale down. Squeeze the knees in, let that travel up the body as the elbows squeeze in. Belly squeezes down to bring the head up. And you curl. Slow, slow, slow melt down, melt down, melt down. And then blossom open one more time. Okay? All your focus, all your awareness. Engage your back line of your body. Let your front body open up, ribs open up. Breathe deep. Exhale. Squeeze the belly down. Bring the knees together, elbows together. Feel as if everything in your body is pulling towards your navel center. The feet up, upper body down. Everything meeting in the middle. Slow, 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 let that go. One vertebrae at a time. Feel everything in your body. Even bring the elbows down as slow as you can. It might feel bouncy through your chest muscles. See if you can make it smooth. Good. This time when you land, just take another pause. Feel your breathing. Let your breathing be light and slow again. Abdominal muscles relaxed. Chests relaxed. Throats relaxed. Jaws, eyes. No tension in the body. Just observance in your breath. Belly moving. Nice and slow. Perfect breath is said to be 5.5 seconds in and 5.5 seconds out. You could do your best to meet that time, but 5 seconds in and 5 seconds out is good enough. Notice pauses in your breath. There's a transition period between inhalation and exhalation. Let yourself sit in that. Notice that smooths out. When you allow for the diaphragm to get that natural bounce back, right? Natural reverberation. Inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Notice how focusing on your breathing calms your mind, calms your body. It is that bridge. It is the tool that sharpens both body and mind. Okay. From here, We're going to be doing that breathing again with a bridge and a curl. So try to follow me with this. We'll have that arch in there as well. So on an exhale, you're going to press your feet into the floor, reach your knees to the wall far from you, and float your hips up. So inhaling, coming up. Now exhale, one vertebrae at a time. Melt down. Pay attention to how you come down. Exhale, squeeze the belly as you relax the spine down. Slowly, slowly, slowly let go of everything at the very end. So really focusing on this movement. And then you're going to arch your back when you land. For exhale, release that. And as you scoop up, you're exhaling and curling, engage the belly, and then relax the belly as you float up and engage the back. So there's a little trade-off in there. And now as you melt down here, melt the spine down one vertebrae at a time. Feel how as you come down, the tailbone tucks in. Your exhale, you kind of squeeze the tailbone in right at the end. And then unroll the spine, let everything relax. When you land, you're going to arch your back, open up. You can let the knees open a little bit again. Exhale, engage your belly, come back to center, and then reach the knees to the wall away from you, float up. Engage your glutes, let the belly relax. Slowly, 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 one vertebrae at a time, coming down, coming down. Feel the tailbone right before the lower back comes to the floor. Let your tailbone tuck in, pull that in, and then as you slowly, when your sacrum starts to land on the floor, you let your belly relax. You let your lower back, everything melts down. Any tension in that lower part of your body, let that dissolve. We tend to bury tension in our low backs and in our hips. That's a great practice to get that out. Good. From here, let's twist a little bit. So you can let the arms come out long at your side. Let both legs twist off to the left and the gaze off to the right. Let your right lung open up as you yawn your right arm out. Exhale, bring the legs back to center. Use your core muscles on an exhale to bring the legs back, okay? And then you're going to inhale, let your legs go off in the other direction. Yawn out the opposite arm, look away from the legs on the inhale. Fill that lung that's on top up. Exhale, engage the belly like you're going to flatten your spine down from here to bring your legs up. Your legs are just weights that are relaxed, swinging from side to side. As you inhale, that top leg that rotates, you turn your head away, and that's the weight that lengthens out your side, and breathe into that top lung. Open up. Exhale. Flatten the belly down as you twist and bring the knees back to center. When the knees are at center, the head goes in the other direction. You inhale. As the legs open, yawn that arm out, get long. Exhale back to center. Flatten the belly down to bring the legs up. Control. Focus on how your sacrum is twisting left to right, how your hips are twisting left to right. The legs are just observing this movement, but it's coming from your core. Might be difficult to find your first few times, but when you start to awaken these muscles to move the legs, then we start to use our more efficient muscles. We're twisting and opening this space up to improve our breathing as well, right? Getting rid of all this congestion in the trunk along the spine. Good. Now we're going to use this twist to come into a cat-cow position. All right, so tabletop position. When you're ready, from whatever side you'd like with your legs, you're going to roll onto a side and come on up into a tabletop position. If you like, let's just rock back and forth a little bit. You inhale as you rock forward. Exhale as you rock back towards a child's pose. Inhale, coming forward. Breathe down the length of your spine if you can. And exhale. Sitting back, good. Inhale forward, exhale back. And then you can pause in this child's pose. Child's pose is a great place to feel your breathing. So as you breathe in here, take that sponge breath again, like filling up. Feel the breath reach all the way down your spine, all the way to your pelvic floor. And then exhale, can you squeeze the sponge from all sides? Feel the core area shrink, shrink, shrink. And then can you inhale? Feel your core expand. You can even add this tool on. So you can, with your fists, as you inhale, let your hands open up, open up. And as you exhale, like you're squeezing your sponge, squeeze your hands tight. Feel your core squeeze tight. As you slowly sip air in, let your hands expand as your core expands and inflates. And exhale, squeeze the hands. Just like you're squeezing your core, try to match that tension, match that contraction. Your hands will help you see these deeper parts of your body. Close your eyes, really feel deep into your core. Feel the pelvic floor engage, belly muscles drawing in, and then slowly expanding it. Good. Waking up your breath to the deepest parts of your body. This allows for the most efficient breathing that you can have. Very good. Now from here, we're going to come back up into that tabletop position. And we're going to be doing a cat-cow with our breath. And I want to pause at the top and at the bottom. Okay, so just try to follow along. And if the pause is a little uncomfortable or long for you, you can feel free to go at your own pace at any time. Okay? So we'll start, just take an inhale. And then on an exhale, you're going to draw the belly in and round the back into that Halloween cat. Round, round, round. Draw the belly back and pause. Now slowly inhale air in and sway the back. Arch the back and pause on this inhale. Notice your pauses being them. And then exhale. Draw the belly in. Movement comes from the belly. Belly presses back. Pause. Slowly sip air in. Feel the lowest part of your body. Pause. Exhale nice and slow. Round the back. Pause. Slowly inhale. Now the movement doesn't have to be huge here, but the connection to your breath and your belly is what's important. Exhale the belly back. Sip air in, arch the back. What can you let go of here as you do this without even over-engaging, but just experience the movement? You'll notice, see if you can even have your pelvis like it's floating in space. Like there's no contraction between your legs, your pelvis, and your back. And it's just floating here. And your spine's effortlessly going in and out of this motion. Little pauses. Maybe even doing this with as light of a breath as you can. So the real challenge here is to how little can you breathe as you do this. right? Because we want to be light, soft, relaxed breathers through the nose. Big breathing, that's hard on the body. We want to do that to wake belly muscles up, to wake our diaphragm up. So if you do a big breathing practices, that's okay for 20, 30 minutes a day. But the other 23 and a half hours of the day, you want to be a light, relaxed, nasal breather, calm and slow. This improves the balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide in your body, which is what maintains pH balance in your body, which is what maintains organ health in your body. So you are organ systems. For those to be healthy, you got to have good respiration. Good. Okay, enough of that. Now let's sit back into child's pose and try that breathing again. You can even let your hands be relaxed out at the side. Breathe deep into the body, wherever the arms are comfortable. Let's let them rest there. If you want, you can rock a little bit side to side. Or you could be in stillness, whatever you'd like, whatever you prefer here. But just feel your breath, feel your body. What can you tune into? What do you notice? Okay. Now from here, we're going to be moving going back onto our backs. Okay. So any way you'd like to get there. And if there's any movement that you need now that you want to do before you come to laying long, please let yourself have that movement. If you want to like open the arms or stretch or twist in any way, but no overstretching it. Don't force yourself into stretching, right? Because muscle tension is muscle memory, and we can't stretch memories out, right? We gotta uncondition these memories so that our muscles can learn to be relaxed. That's what we're doing in here with these somatic movements, but we're also learning how to breathe well, right? So both things come together. And just let yourself lay here again. Feel your spine with your breath. Feel your body. Let's just give our shoulders a little bit of attention. Letting everything else be at ease. The shoulder girdle wraps around the heart and lungs, right? All these muscles work together. So if our shoulders are tight, that's going to congest this area so our lungs don't open as well. So let's try this. Can you press your shoulders back into the floor? Keep your ribs still. Let your shoulder blades even draw together towards the spine, and then let that relax nice and slow. This might feel really bumpy, or maybe you'll hear some noises. That's okay. Just do your best to go slow and feel that. Your awareness is what will comb that out and make it smooth. So try that again. Press the shoulders back into the floor. Feel your shoulder blades slide to the spine. Soften, nice and slow. Feel this upper area of your back. We bury tension here as well. We're really good at burying it all over our bodies. And it takes a quiet, relaxed, calm mind to see it. Nice and slow, engage the shoulders, let that soften. And then let's try the other direction. Let's float the shoulders up to the ceiling. Let your eyes be closed if they're not. When your windows to this reality are shut, then you can look towards your inner reality. Let your senses turn inward. Try that again. Float the shoulders up. You're feeling the chest muscles engage. Make sure your arms are relaxed at your sides. They're total doodles. You're feeling the muscles of your chest and shoulders floating up, front of the shoulders. Slowly relax down. This also might feel nice and bumpy. But we want to get these shoulder blades in the back of the body woken up so we can use these with efficiency. Let's comb these back and forth and see if you can wake those shoulder blades up. Tendency here too is to sit forward and let our shoulders sit in protraction, so maybe it feels familiar to go into protraction, but drawing them back might be a challenge. Letting them relax from here might be a challenge. Good. And just a couple times, let's let this move with the spine. So you can arch your back on an inhale and press the shoulders back, letting the heart open up. As you relax, the shoulders melt down, the spine melts down. You're softening your back body. Other direction, you can flatten this belly down, float the shoulders up, point the chin up. Easy does it, let that relax. Nice and easy, like a wave back and forth. No need to go to your edge of the range of motion here. Most of the tension we carry is at the very end of your relaxing. Notice that at the very bottom where you might be dropping out or splashing out or even checking out. Try to ride the relaxation all the way to the end so that you can hopefully feel some of that release, that let go. Good. Let this movement drift and drift into being more and more subtle. So as you arch your back and press your shoulders back, it's a little less. But notice when you move slowly still, you still feel like it's a long ride. Flatten, shoulders up. Take your time, there's no rush. There's no force. Functional movement is effortless movement. We're taking the magnifying glass to our movement so that it can become very functional. So that our breathing can be functional. That makes our mind functional. Good. When you feel complete, you let your legs slide long. Let your breath be light, slow, quiet. Let your body be loose, relaxed, and calm. Mind is still, focused, collected. Body present. See if you can remove any sound from your breathing. Barely feel the movement of air through your nose. Noticing just subtle sensations of air hunger. Riding that edge of where it's just comfortable to breathe lightly. Notice how deeply relaxing, light, soft, quiet breathing is. Let yourself be here as long as you'd like. Thank you, friends. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.